David is a pretty average Joe, I guess you could say. A family man, you know, wife Amy, son Zachary. He enjoys his job, seems to have a pretty good relationship with his clients and co-workers. His clients like him so much that in 2013, one of them even took him on a trip to London. Another even asked him and his family to appear in their TV ad. He loves music. Here he is playing with a couple of other chaps from the sales staff working on some corporate parody rock. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, right. He's also a big time traveler. He just loves to travel. Nice photos, right? These are all photos he's actually taken himself. In fact, he's way into traveling, writing and photography in his spare time. Believe it or not, his work has been in travel and leisure. Martha Stewart Living, an A&E biography special on Jack Black, and even a National Discover card commercial. Did you see that oyster photo that just flashed by? Yep, that was his too. He has this thing about food. He is always taking food photos whenever we go out to eat. You wouldn't know it, but he is so good at that too. He even has a regular feature in a big-time local magazine called Atlanta Social Season magazine. So after a while that evolved into talking about food, and then he was on his own radio station every Saturday. Between family life and work and all of his hobbies, it makes me wonder when he has time for anything else, like, well, all the things he does for the community. 10 years ago he co-founded a charity called the Teddy Bear Crusade, a massive party every December that raises over $250,000 for more than 4,000 teddy bears for the Aflac Cancer Center right here at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which incidentally is also one of his clients. Oh, and here's the Williams family up in North Georgia, a family with small kids rocked by horribly tragic circumstances that he heard about on a news story on WSB in 2011. Yep, he and the reporter who did the original story sort of adopted them over the past 3 years and have helped them get furniture, food, clothing, government and legal assistance, and numerous activities for the 3 special needs kids. So yeah, David's a pretty neat guy, I'd say. What's that? Oh, I'm supposed to tell you about his work achievements. Well, let's see. 2013 was David's 14th year at News Talk WSB. And in those 14 years, he has generated over $46 million net of billing for Cox Radio. Wow, but the amazing thing is that 2013 was unquestionably, unequivocally, without a doubt, the biggest breakout year of his Hall of Fame career. And you would have to remember that that comes off last year's breakout performance where he actually won the President's Circle Award for WSB. In short, 2013 was a year like no other. David listed as his #1 2013 SMART goal, winning the President's Cup. David's total billing for CMG Radio was a jaw-dropping $4,137,000. He achieved 105% of his News Talk WSB budget, equating to $3,775,000 in billing. But here's what I want to underscore. 8 out of 10 dollars billed did not involve an agency. In fact, less than 1% of that 4.1 million came from the market avails or transactional business. That means more than 99 cents on every dollar he billed was controlled through direct relationships. In a year where his station lost its legendary, iconic host of over 20 years, Neil Bortz, David was still miraculously able to grow his revenue significantly through his relationships. He made it happen. On top of that, he billed an additional $359,000 with the CMG Atlanta stations, for which he had no budget assigned. I guess just for the sport of it. He grew the billing of every single existing key account, 8 out of 8, representing $347,000 in current client growth revenue. The total revenue percentage increased 2012 versus 13, an astonishing 15% lift, representing a $440,000. How about new business? Wow, well, he converted 4 new accounts to key spending levels in 2013, representing $644,000 solely in new business. His digital revenue in 2013? Well, David was a cyber wrecking ball, billing $664,000. That means he single-handedly billed 14% of CMG's Atlanta total digital number. And collaboration? Well, when his clients needed other avenues for success, in 2013, David sold $278,000 worth in WSB TV spots and another $35,000 in Cox Media direct mail campaigns. And just for good measure, David delivered $30,000 in radio revenue for our Tampa cluster in 2013, converting a new business account to key level there just as well. So actually he converted 5 targets in 13 in case you were trying to keep score at home. But what about the results? Did any of that stuff he sold actually work? Well, David created the strategy, wrote the copy and directed a commercial for United Community Bank that won the Georgia Association of Broadcaster Award for Best Locally Produced Commercial. The bank's home equity loan campaign created by David experienced a 100% year-over-year increase in loan closings and a $7 million increase in loan dollars. Local jeweler D. Geller & Son, a 15-year client of David's, trusted him to redesign their website, resulting in an increase of 77% more cyber traffic and double time spent on the site. And another local direct client, Frugal Kitchens, has doubled their monthly business and opened a new location since partnering with David's strategy. And remember that TV commercial you saw a moment ago? The one where he was selling Christmas trees for Pike Nurseries? Pike sold 30,000 trees this past holiday season, an all-time record in their 50-year history. So yeah, his marketing programs really work. So total CMG billing, radio, digital, print, TV, direct mail, all for 2013 is, drum roll please, $4.63 million net dollars. Thank you very much. And how do I know all of this, you ask? Well, I'm that bloke in the picture sitting next to David holding the wine glass. David and I have been mates for a long time, and the reason I know he's the obvious choice for the 2013's President's Cup is because... Hello, I'm Paul Tully, and I myself have been David's customer for over 10 years. In 2013, my dealership, Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, has also had a breakthrough year of our own. We sold more cars, more parts, more finance, more service, and generated more sales dollars in 2013 than in any other year in the history of the dealership. Through Cox Media, we worked with our pal Neil Bortz, using him with radio, digital display, video pre-rolls and special events to market the dealership to a height none of us could ever have predicted. I am grateful to work with such a polished professional with such a big heart as David. I humbly submit for your voting approval, Mr. David Danzig.